I held a public participation in that area. And immediately I left, the police descended on the people there.
Senator Osotsi, read your statement as approved by the chair, please.
Very well. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the circumstances surrounding the deployment of police officers, including officers of the General Service Unit, GSU, to Munungo village, outlining their mandate, the duration of the operation, and the persons or entities that requested or authorized the deployment. 2, the status of investigation into the reports of harassment, intimidation, unlawful entry into homes, displacement, trespass, destruction of property, and unlawful confiscation of or access to residents' mobile phones and personal data, including action against culpable officers. 3, the status of compliance with the conservative orders issued by the Environment and Land Court and the findings of investigation into the relationship between the entities undertaking mineral prospecting activities and the deployment or conduct of security officers. 4, the status of investigation into the death, injuries, and arrests arising from demonstration in the area, including the measures taken to establish accountability and prevent recurrence. 5, the number and description of motorcycles and other properties held by the police following the security operation, the legal basis for their continued detention, and the measures taken to facilitate their lawful release. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Fatuma Dulo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, I rise pursuant to standing committee, standing orders 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the rising cases of insecurity in Isiolo County. Mr. Speaker, sir, within a span of 1 week, Isiolo County witnessed several violent incidences that resulted in the loss of lives and heightened fear among residents. On 28th July 2026, Mrs. Angelina Kananu, a businesswoman, was shot dead in a targeted attack, prompting protests by residents and traders demanding justice and enhanced security. Further, Mrs. Nasibo Tadicha Abdi, an 18-year-old girl who went missing from Malkagala location in Cherab Ward on 22nd July 2026, was later found dead on 23rd July. On 23rd July 2026, Mr. Isa Mohammed, a student at Isiolo Boys High School, was shot and killed in an incident involving a police officer. In the statement, the committee should address the following. Number 1, the circumstances surrounding the death of Mrs. Angelina Kananu, Mrs. Nasibo Tadicha Abdi, and Mr. Isa Mohammed, including the status of investigation, arrest made, and persons charged. Number 2, the measures
Senator
taken...
Chute and Senator Mundigi, take your seats.
Number 2, measures taken by national security agencies to address rising insecurity in Isiolo County, including the deployment of additional security personnel, patrols, and equipment. Number 3, the adequacy of police presence, equipment, and response capacity in Isiolo County, particularly in Isiolo Town and Cherab Ward, relative to the population and prevailing security threats. Number 4, the measures taken to investigate the involvement of police officer in the shooting of Mr. Isa Mohammed and ensure accountability, including the status of investigation by the Independent Police Oversight Authority. Finally, Mr. Speaker, the measures being taken in collaboration with the county government, local administrators, and community policing structures to restore public confidence and ensure the safety of residents, traders, and students in Isiolo County. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Kavindu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Request for statement on alleged abduction of Mr. Jimmy Mutava in Mulolongo, Machakos County. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee of National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations on a matter of countrywide concerns regarding the alleged abduction of Mr. Jimmy Mutava in Mulolongo, Machakos County. Mr. Speaker, sir, the abduction of Mr. Mutava by armed, masked individuals has heightened public fear among residents of Mulolongo and the larger Machakos County and raised serious concerns about the resurgence of the abduction, undermining citizens' constitutional rights to security and protection. In the statement, the committee should address the following. One, the circumstances surrounding the alleged abduction of Mr. Jimmy Mutava, including the progress of investigations, the action taken by the National Police Service and other relevant security agencies to establish its whereabouts, and the timelines of the responses from the time the incident was reported. Two, whether any suspects have been identified or arrested, and the measures being undertaken to ensure a swift, impartial, and transparent that will bring the perpetrators to justice. Three, the steps the government is taking to curb the rising cases of abductions and enforced disappearances, strengthen the public safety in Machakos County and nationwide, and restore public confidence in the country's security agencies. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Senator Agnes Kavindu Mudhama, the Senator, Machakos County. Thank you.
Senator Esi Okenyuri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Request for statement on the exclusion of junior secondary school teachers from the ongoing Teacher Service Commission promotion exercise. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education on a matter of national concern regarding the exclusion of junior secondary school teachers from the ongoing Teacher Service Commission promotion exercise for the financial year 2026-2027.
Senator Esi, just draw closer to your microphone, please.
Okay. Request for a statement on the exclusion of junior secondary school teachers from the ongoing Teacher Service Commission TSC promotion exercise. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education on a matter of national concern regarding the exclusion of junior secondary school teachers from the ongoing Teacher Service Commission promotion exercise for the financial year 2026-2027. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Teacher Service Commission has advertised for over 34,000 promotional vacancies for teachers across the country. However, concerns have arisen that qualified teachers serving in the junior secondary schools have been excluded from the exercise, as the online application system only recognizes teachers deployed to primary and senior secondary schools. In the statement, the committee should address the following. One, the reasons for excluding JSS teachers from the ongoing promotion exercise, stating whether the exclusion is consistent with the TSC's human resource and career progression policies, and the number of JSS teachers eligible for promotion. 2, whether the TSC intends to review the promotion framework and online application system to enable qualified JSS teachers to apply for promotion opportunities, and if so, provide the timelines for the review. And finally, the measures to ensure that all qualified teachers, regardless of their level of deployment, have equitable access to promotion, professional development, and career advancement opportunities. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Manzo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is a request for a statement on the market access for farm produce from Makueni County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism on matter of countrywide concern regarding market access for mangoes, green grams, and pigeon peas produced in Makueni County. Makueni County, Mr. Speaker, sir, Makueni County is a leading producer of mangoes, green grams, and pigeon peas, which are key sources of income and livelihood for thousands of farmers, despite being leading source of income and livelihoods for thousands of residents. Farmers of these crops face persistent challenges in accessing reliable domestic and export markets, meeting quality and phytosanitary standards, and copy with sharp price fluctuations during peak harvest. The results has been significant post-harvest losses and reduced returns, particularly for mango farmers. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the measures the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry is taking to secure reliable domestic and export markets for mangoes, green grams, and pigeon peas from Makueni County, and to ensure farmers receive their fair and competitive prices. 2, the support be provided to farmers and cooperatives to meet quality, safety, and phytosanitary standards required for regional and international markets. 3, the interventions in place to stabilize prices and cushion farmers from losses during market gluts in peak harvest seasons. 4, the lessons learned from the challenges experienced by mango farmers during the last harvest season, and the measures be implemented to improve market access and strengthen value chain and reduce future post-harvest losses. Daniel Manzo, Senator Makueni. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Chimera.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is a request for a statement on the status of implementation of the 2017 Collective Bargaining Agreement, CBA, for healthcare workers. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Health on a matter of nationwide concern regarding the status of implementation of the 2017 Collective Bargaining Agreement, CBA, affecting healthcare workers, especially nurses in the counties. Mr. Speaker, sir, the 2017 CBA between the Kenya National Union of Nurses, KNUN, and the government emerged from long-running disputes over pay, allowances, and working conditions. And while it was meant to settle those grievances through a return-to-work framework, implementation has remained slow and uneven, especially at county level. In the statement, the committee should address the following. Number 1, the status of implementation of the 2017 Collective Bargaining Agreement, CBA, in each county, indicating the provisions that have been fully implemented, partially implemented, or remain outstanding. Number 2, the number of nurses and other health workers affected by non-implementation of the 2017 CBA per county, including salary harmonization, grading, promotions, redesignation, and paid arrears and delayed absorption into permanent and pensionable terms. Further, identify the counties that have failed to absorb eligible health workers on permanent and pensionable terms, and explain the reasons for the continued use of temporary or contractual employment. Number 3, Mr. Speaker, the amounts budgeted, released, and utilized in the financial year 2025-2026 and financial year 2026-2027 for implementing of the 2017 CBA and related return to work commitments in each county. Number 4, Mr. Speaker, the measures taken to enforce county government's compliance with the scheme of service, promotion guidelines, and applicable labor and public service standards in the health sector. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, the immediate and long-term measures being implemented to prevent recurrent health workers' strikes and ensure uninterrupted healthcare services in county referral hospitals and other public health facilities. Yours truly. Thank you.
Senator Sifuna.
Speaker, first allow me to correct the record. There was references to the Senator of Nairobi visiting the Kingdom of Lesotho. I have never been to Lesotho. I think the majority leader was conflating Lesotho with the Kingdom of Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland.
Even the chair has not visited Lesotho.
Correct. So
I
I wanted to protect you, Speaker. When I was in the Speaker's good books, I was the permanent representative of the Senate to the Kingdom of Eswatini. Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Labor and Social Welfare on a matter of countrywide concern regarding the welfare of workers at Hela Intimates EPZ Limited in the Kitengela Athi River Zone. Mr. Speaker, over 3,000 workers are in distress due to delayed salaries and companies' failure to remit statutory deductions like the National Social Security Fund, Higher Education Loans Board, and Savings and Credit Cooperative Societies contributions for several months. This situation, alongside unpaid severance and terminal benefits owed to workers, as well as substantial amounts owed to suppliers, exposing both workers and suppliers to vulnerability when companies cease operations or exit without settling financial and statutory obligations. In the statement, the committee should address the following. Number 1, the current status of salary arrears, statutory deductions, severance pay, and outstanding payments to suppliers. Number 2, investigations into the company's failure to remit statutory deductions and pay lawful benefits and action taken against responsible parties. Thirdly, the legal and regulatory safeguards in place to protect workers and suppliers when investors close or cease operations without settling salaries, statutory deductions, terminal benefits, and other lawful debts. And finally, measures by the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection and relevant agencies to ensure timely access to salaries, benefits, and statutory entitlements in similar cases going forward. I thank you, Speaker.
Senator Faki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order number 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Lands, Environment and Natural Resources on a matter of inter-county concern regarding the disbursement of funds under the Kenya Marine Fisheries and Socioeconomic Development KEMSFED project. Mr. Speaker, sir, the project valued at Kenya shillings 10 billion for the period 2020-2025 is implemented by the government of Kenya through the State Department of Blue Economy Fisheries with the support from the World Bank. It covers the 5 coastal counties of Kwale, Mombasa, Kilifi, Tana River, and Lamu, and aims at to strengthen marine fisheries management and secure sustainable livelihoods for coastal communities. In the statement, Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee should address the following. Number 1, the amount of money disbursed and spent in each county per financial year from the year 2020 to 2025. Number 2, a breakdown of the projects undertaken in each county, their respective budgets, and a detailed list of beneficiary groups supported under the project. Number 3, the reasons for delays in the procurement of boats for Mombasa, Kilifi, and Kwale counties, and the basis of restricting beneficiary groups from independently procuring goods and services for their projects. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Senator Mohamed Faki Munyahaji, Senator for the County of Mombasa.
Senator Lomenen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I stand to request for a statement on the state of healthcare service delivery in Turkana County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Health on a matter of country concern regarding the deteriorating state of health service delivery in Turkana County, particularly at Lodwar County Referral Hospital and other public health facilities across the county. Mr. Speaker, sir, residents of Turkana County continue to face persistent challenges, including shortages of essential medicines, inadequate staffing of crowded health facilities, delayed treatment, and difficulties accessing services under the Social Health Authority, SHA. Concerns have also been raised that county government employees continue to have statutory health deductions made from their salaries despite being unable to access benefits under the county medical cover and SHA, forcing many to meet medical expenses from their own resources. These challenges have reportedly resulted in avoidable suffering, adverse outcomes, and in some cases, loss of life, underscoring the need to urgent intervention to safeguard the constitutional rights to health care. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1. The current status of health care service delivery in Turkana County, including Lodwar County Referral Hospital and all public health facilities, with details on staffing levels, bed capacity, availability of essential medicines, medical equipment, critical medical supplies, health care infrastructure, congestion in health facilities, referral services, and measures being implemented to address existing gaps. 2. The status of implementation of the Social Health Authority, SHA, and country employees' medical cover in Turkana County, including challenges affecting access to health care, reasons for continued SHA deduction despite reported service failures, measures to ensure uninterrupted and emergency health care services, and engagement with relevant national agencies to resolve the challenges. 3. Measures the county government has put in place to compensate or reimburse country employees, patients, and families who suffered financial hardships, adverse health outcomes, or loss of loved ones due to failure or inaccessibility of county medical cover and the Social Health Authority, including any assessment undertaken and redress mechanisms established. 4. The budgetary allocation to the county health sector from year 2025 and to 2026 to date, the amount utilized, the programs funded, and the measures being implemented to ensure prudent utilization of resources, strengthen accountability and oversight, investigate complaints of negligence and poor service delivery, and restore public confidence in Turkana County's health services. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Now, honorable senators, we will come back for comments, but allow me, pursuant to Standing Order 45-2, to rearrange today's order paper so that we handle order number 11, order number 11 to 14, and thereafter come back for the comments for the statements that have been requested. Clerk. Yes, Senator Faki.
There was the report of the Delegated Legislation Committee, and I can see the chair is in the House, on the consideration of the 5 or so instruments from the NTSA. Maybe it has been pending on this order paper for a long time, since the 11th of June. Thank you.
So we'll come back to that once we are done with the orders that I've just mentioned. Clerk, proceed to call those orders.
Order number 11, the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill, National Assembly Bills number 61 of 2022. Second reading, division.
Sergeant at Arms, kindly ring the division bell for 3 minutes. Sergeant at Arms, kindly close the doors and draw the bar. Now, Honorable Senators, we are doing division on order number 11. That is the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill. No. Senator Mbugua and Senator Joyce, kindly proceed to dispatch and cast your vote. And honorable senators, we will move to the next order, and then at the end, I will announce the results for each order at the same time. Senator Joyce and Senator Mbugua, kindly proceed to dispatch and cast your vote. Clerk, kindly call order number 13. Senator Joyce and Senator Mbugua, proceed to dispatch and cast your vote. Senator Mundigi, proceed to dispatch and cast your vote. Next order.
Order number 14, the Mining Amendments Bill, Senate Bills number 22 of 2025. Second reading, division.
Senator Joyce, Senator Mbugua, proceed to dispatch and cast your vote. Senator Dulo, Senator Morango, and Senator Mundigi, proceed to dispatch and cast your vote. And Senator Onyonka. Honorable Senators, kindly take your seat, those who are standing. Now, the result of the division is as follows. Starting with order number 11, that is the Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill, National Assembly Bills number 61 of 2022. The ayes are 27, nays 0, abstention 0. So the ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the regulation of assisted reproductive technology, to prohibit certain practices in connection with assisted reproductive technology, to make provision in relation to children born of assisted reproductive technology processes and for connected purposes.
Now the vote on order number 12, that is the Kenya Roads Amendment number 3 bill, National Assembly Bills number 3 of 2025. The ayes 2, the nays 25, abstention 0. So the nays have it. The result on order number 13, that is the referendum bill, Senate Bills number 3 of 2026. Nays are 24 votes. The nays 1, abstention 2. So the ayes have it. For clarity, allow me to announce the result once again. The ayes at 24, nays 1 vote, abstention 2 votes. So the ayes have it. And that is on order number 13, the referendum bill, Senate Bills number 3 of 2026.
A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the conduct of referendum and for connected purposes.
Now the result on order number 14, that is the Mining Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 22 of 2025. The ayes 20, nays 7, abstention 0. So having failed to attain the requisite threshold, the bill is lost. Sergeant at Arms, you may now open the door and withdraw the bar. We will now proceed with the comments on the request on the statements under order number 7. Senator Kavindu Muthama.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to comment on the statements. And I'll start with Senator Manso's statement on market access for farm produce from Makueni. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is a very important statement, and I would like the committee which will look into this to check on this countrywide, because like in Machakos, we grow a lot of mangoes and oranges and avocado. And these are produce that, Mr. Speaker, once they are ripened, they don't have a long term span for storing. So I would request the committee that will deal with this statement to speak to the ministry concerned so that they can build cold rooms in all the counties where we produce such produces that cannot be stored for long, so that the Mwananchi can at least store their produce and sell them at the right time when they get the market. And they also look for markets, not only for Makueni, but also Machakos and any other county where they grow such produces that do not last long. Mr. Speaker, farmers put a lot of hard labor on this farming, but they receive a very little income from it because of most of these produces go bad after a very short time. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry should look for market locally and internationally for farmers so that farmers can get money from the produces that they grow and keep them very well. Mr. Speaker, most of the people, the brokers who can get market on their own, they go and buy those produces from our farmers at a very throwaway price. You'll find that the broker gets more money than the farmer. So the ministry should really look into this so that the farmers can benefit. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I support.
The Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I want to make a comment on the statement by Senator Mundigi on teachers. But before I comment, I really want to celebrate Senator Mundigi. You know, I saw another man who I'm not sure whether he's sane, Mr. Speaker, in a green cap somewhere in Bere, saying that Senator Mundigi doesn't address the House in English. I think, Senator Mundigi, you should send today's clip to that deranged human being and tell him, hapa ni wapi, as they say. Mr. Speaker, Senator Mundigi has brought a very important issue. Growing up, Mr. Speaker, for a long time, the only pay slip in our house was my mother's teacher's salary. And therefore, when Mundigi speaks about this issue of MACL, the advanced medical scheme for teachers, it's something that I keep hearing being raised even in public gatherings where I am with teachers. And I don't know what will be the eventual resolution of that particular matter, Mr. Speaker. But I just do hope that our chair for education, Senator Montet, will give this matter the urgency that it deserves. Because in the last 1 month, I've been to celebrations of teachers who've been elected to be public officials in the Kupet elections. And on each occasion, this matter has come up as something that teachers want to be properly addressed with a final resolution. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, it is my hope that we can add our voice into a speedy resolution between TSC and the service provider of this service so that our teachers don't suffer any longer. But nonetheless, good work, Senator Mundigi. Please send that man this clip. I thank you.
Senator Sifuna.
Speaker, it's good I'm going after, another child of a teacher, and my story is quite similar. But Speaker, I wanted to very briefly touch on the statements that have been brought by both Senators Mundigi, Senator Chimera, and Senator Lomenen, the senator from Turkana. And it paints a very grim picture of our healthcare in the country, Honorable Speaker. From the statement by Mundigi, you can see these themes are recurrent. And every morning, Honorable Speaker, we wake up to very scary headlines about the state of healthcare in our country. In the morning, we saw a headline screaming that 1.2 billion shillings has been paid to a company that nobody knows, out of SHA, that in fact by, yeah? You will say that during your brief, Senator, but allow me to just say that it's not the first time that we are seeing such scary headlines, Honorable Speaker. You've heard Senator Chimera complain of repeated violations and non-respect for collective bargaining agreements that have been signed. As we speak right now, I am receiving an avalanche of complaints from nurses who work at Mathare National Teaching and Referral Hospital, Honorable Speaker, who have been on 3-month contracts from June of 2021. And if you compare, because of their status, Honorable Speaker, how much they are earning compared to those of their colleagues who are on permanent and pensionable. Speaker, you can imagine they are earning 3 times less their colleagues for doing the exact same work. So all these stories that we see point to a problem or a crisis in the healthcare sector. And in fact, Kenyans are telling us that if there are two things we need to resolve, Honorable Speaker, is the healthcare system and of course our education system. And we are hoping that we can have conversations, Honorable Speaker. Part of the problem, and I want Kenyans to understand this, part of the problems is the shadiness of this business, Honorable Speaker, the lack of transparency. Why do we have, for instance, to hear from hospitals that there is a deduction on hospital reimbursements of 2% that nobody knows what it is for? It is forcing medical facilities to go to court to be told what this deduction is for. And there is a lot of mystery surrounding some of these operatives within the SHA network or the SHA ecosystem. And Honorable Speaker, which is the proposition we are giving Kenyans, is that without us falling in place in terms of the values of our constitution, these problems are going to recur. We need transparency in the administration of the SHA system. And if we do not have that transparency, Honorable Speaker, these stories will continue to appear in our newspapers. With those many remarks, I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Cherargei.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Sorry for this opportunity. I want to comment on two statements by the Senator of Embu and nominated Senator from Kwale. One is that we are having crisis, Madam Speaker. I want to call upon you, Madam Speaker, as the chair of this session, understanding number one, to order by next week, Tuesday, that the Health Committee should brief the country. Madam Speaker, we are facing crisis. Kapsabet County Referral Hospital, as we talk today, is closed. Madam Speaker, I believe the police station, the hospital, and any other, Madam Speaker, should not be closed for whatever reason. Madam Speaker, we are facing a crisis, and I expected the Committee of Health to brief the House. It has been happening for the last few days, Madam Speaker. And the people who suffer the most are the people who we represent, Madam Speaker. In the history of County of Nandi, this is the first time that Kapsabet County Referral Hospital is being closed. A number of health facilities in Nandi County have been closed because of the CBA disagreement between the county government, the governor, and the health nurses in terms of their promotion, work environment, lack of medical access, Madam Speaker, and many other issues. And I don't know, Madam Speaker, because maybe my colleagues, the stories in their counties are totally different. But what we are seeing, Madam Speaker, is that this CBA we must negotiate so that we can agree as a
Senators,
country,
can you consult in law
Madam Speaker.
Just hold on a little, Senator Cherargei. Honorable Senators, please consult in low tone so that the speaking senator can be heard.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think this is a very serious crisis that the issue of CBA and health workers, we must look at it. The Kenya National Union of Nurses, Kenya Union of clinical officers and other health practitioners, we are suffering. Colleagues and Madam Speaker, you must come out strongly. Just the way we are talking about medical cover for teachers, I want to appeal that this matter must be resolved so that our teachers can access the medical cover. Finally, on the insecurity in Isiolo, Madam Speaker, I'm surprised the chairperson of national security is also complaining like all of us. And she was with the Minister of Health a few minutes ago. But you know the Minister of Interior is busy doing kingpin politics. He's moving around Kalenjin counties, Madam Speaker, and therefore he will never have time to come to Isiolo. Madam Speaker, he has been attacking the Senator of Wazingishu, the Senator of Kericho. Madam Speaker, therefore I don't think he will have time to come to Isiolo. Senator Dulo, we leave you with God and the Holy Spirit, Madam Speaker, because some of us know what he wants to achieve. While we are assisting the president to fix many issues, he is fixing the issues of kingship politics and 2032 succession politics. Madam Speaker, with those many remarks, I beg to yield the mic back.
Senator Beatrice Ogola.
Madam Speaker, I rise to comment on the two statements by the Senator of Embu, Senator Mundigi. The first one that touches my heart, Madam Speaker, is about a collapsed bridge at the Ndatu village. Madam Speaker, all Kenyans deserve some services. Madam Speaker, these bridges, this is a problem that is akin to a problem we have in North Kabwoch ward of Ndewa constituency, Madam Speaker, in a village called Wagasi. Madam Speaker, there's a very, very big problem in that village because along the river Riana, which will soon be full when the rains begin, Madam Speaker, and we have two villages there called Orembe village and Maram village. Madam Speaker, pupils and students in that village will not go to school the moment that river gets filled up. Madam Speaker, if you see how pathetic the situation is, Madam Speaker, just recently when I was in the village, we had even to contribute with the villagers, Madam Speaker, to make a makeshift bridge that would allow these pupils, the women that walk across that river, and Madam Speaker, that river is also crocodile infected. And so I support this statement, and I want to say that our people need the services from the roads department, whether it's from the county governments or from the national government. Our people need to have permanent bridges that will help them move from one village to the other. Secondly, Madam Speaker, I want to comment on the statement on the medical insurance of teachers. And I want to thank you, Senator Mundigi, that you continuously talk about the plight of teachers. Me being a teacher, Madam Speaker, I know the work that teachers do in this republic. And so, Madam Speaker, the issue of the medical cover of teachers need to be looked into. Madam Speaker, just the few times I've visited a number of teachers in hospital, there was a very bad case of a teacher who had to wait for clearance from the insurance, from the insurer, in order to begin treatment. And so, Madam Speaker, because of the nature of work teachers do, and other public officers, the medical cover of teachers must be looked into, and I congratulate you, my brother, Senator Mundigi, for bringing these issues to Parliament. I support.
Senator Okenyuri.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I want to support the statement by Embu Senator Mudigi. And the Senator has been consistent in supporting issues that affect the people in this House, Madam Speaker. And I also wish to comment that the matter on the medical cover for teachers has kept recurring. And some time back, I saw pronouncements by both the Ministry of Health saying that they are going to actually address this matter with the various teachers' unions that met in that meeting. I actually do not understand why this keeps coming up, that we have to raise it through a statement, Madam Speaker, whereas the healthcare of teachers is a matter that should be given priority, Madam Speaker, and it's very sad that the teachers have to use their own money in accessing healthcare, whereas they are helping our young children who are studying in schools. Madam Speaker, teachers suffer both in the healthcare sector, and at the same time, even when they go to mark examinations, they're not able to be paid their dues, Madam Speaker. So challenges of teachers cut across in every sector. So I wish that this committee is going to find a lasting solution to this matter, so that the matter does not keep recurring in form of statements, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Senators, the 15 minutes that were allocated to this session are over, and I would want us to move to the next order, please. So allow that to happen. Next order.
Order number 8, motion, reconstitution of select committees of the Senate.
Who's the mover of this? Majority Leader?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Ideally, this is a motion of the minority side, but since my counterpart is not in the House, I can offer to assist him. But I'm wondering why Senator Wambua is not rising to do this, and he's a substantive deputy. No, I was just called, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, I was told the Senate Majority Leader. That's why I responded. Ideally, this is Senator Wambua's work that I'm doing, Madam Speaker.
Proceed, Senator Majority. That is fine.
Okay, Senator Wambua, you've heard, Madam Speaker, that notwithstanding, I rise to move the following motion, which is the reconstitution of select committees of the Senate. That notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate made on 12 February 2025, 2nd December 2025, and 17 June 2026, on the approval of senators to serve in the various select committees of the Senate, A, pursuant to Standing Order 197, 199, 228, and the fourth schedule to the standing orders, the Senate approves the following senators nominated by the Senate Business Committee to serve in the standing committees of the Senate as follows. 1, Standing Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, Senator Edwin Sifuna to replace Senator Beatrice Ogola. Standing Committee on Energy, Senator Beatrice Ogola to replace Senator Moses Kajwang. Standing Committee on Health, Senator Shakila Abdallah to replace Senator Joseph Giduku. Standing Committee on Information, Communication and Technology, Senator Moses Kajwang and Senator Beatrice Ogola to replace Senators Shakila Abdallah and Senator Hezena Lemaletian. Standing Committee on National Cohesion, Equal Opportunity and Regional Integration, Senator Godfrey Osotsi to replace Senator Beth Siengo. Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing, Senator Amida Kibwana to replace Senator Crystal Asige. Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism, Senator Enoch Wambua to replace Senator Hamida Ali Kibwana, pursuant to Standing Order 193, 194, 197, and 199. The Senate approves the following senators nominated by the Senate Business Committee to serve in the select committees of the Senate as follows. 1, County Public Accounts Committee, Senator Joseph Kiduku and Senator Justice Stewart Mazayo to replace Senator Jones Mwaruma and Senator Edwin Sifuna. County Public Investments Committee and Special Funds Committee, Senator Jones Mwaruma and Senator Hezena Lemaletian to replace Senator Eddie Okech and Senator Godfrey Osotsi. Mr. Speaker, this is, my apologies, Madam Speaker, this is a routine reorganization of the committee. Ideally, this is a matter that should have been handled by my colleague, my counterpart, the leader of the minority. But he's not in the House this afternoon, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I'll be transacting this on his behalf, because I can see he has made quite a raft of changes. And I want to believe, as leader of the minority side, this is done, Mr. Speaker, to infuse new energy into certain committees, move certain competencies into different places, Mr. Speaker, as expected, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, I had requested that there should be a detector at the door for colorless liquid, Madam Speaker, and I think increasingly there is a need for the same. This matter, Madam Speaker, I have seen also certain reports. For example, I saw, I don't know if it was fake news or genuine news, and I haven't had the opportunity to ask my colleague, Senator Crystal, whether it is true. I saw a caption somewhere saying that she had been removed for a committee for proposing something. I'd wish to believe that that is fake news. I don't think she said that, Madam Speaker, but the world is such as it is, because I doubt if a member can be removed from a committee for proposing something, because in any case, Madam Speaker, to propose any legislation, one, you don't have to be a member of any committee. You can propose legislation on any matter. And second, and most importantly, to progress a particular legislation, you need the support of nearly more than half the delegations of the House, Madam Speaker. So it's not a simple matter as just serving in a particular committee. No. It's not to you, Senator Crystal. It is a comment.
Senator, you're not being addressed. I think that's not directed at you at all. Well, there'll be opportunity to speak,
I'm sure.
and I'll give Senator Christola an opportunity
correct.
to
That
have
will be, that will be better. Then she can clarify whether she said that or it's just the usual fake news that we see online about this House on many other matters. Therefore, Madam Speaker, I wouldn't wish to be long at this. I beg to move and request the Deputy Minority Whip, the Senator for Migori, Senator Eddie Okech, to second. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, I wish to second this motion right from the onset. I think it is quite self-explanatory, in the sense that moving of some of these committees is not only about making some committees effective, as majority leader has indicated. It's also to allow some members also have some experiences in some committees, because I do believe that all members in this House are endowed with the talent to make sure that they can contribute to all committees. Of course, there are some members who are more experts than others in some committees, but as members, we can speak to a variety of issues in the committees that we are put. And I want to appreciate members for having contributed heavily and immensely in the committees that they have been able to serve in this House since they came to this House. But I think that there are some committees that will be important for some members also to be able to actually have just experience on a variety of issues. Because in some committees, to be honest, there are issues that you deal with that affect a number of counties, Madam Speaker, in a certain way that just hits differently. So I want to give an example, Madam Speaker, in the context of what majority has talked about, that the members of the public might feel like maybe there's a purge on certain individuals for action or position on some issues. Actually, it isn't. For instance, Madam Speaker, you know very well that in this House, I've had the pleasure, and I say this with a lot of humility, to serve as the chair of Roads and Transport. And I've also had the pleasure to serve as the vice chair of CPIC. And Madam Speaker, these changes basically have removed me from those two positions. Somebody might argue that, oh, now you are the deputy minority leader, Madam. The deputy minority whip. But Madam Speaker, you know that my vice chair at the Committee of Roads and Transport is equally a deputy minority whip, who you would expect that should not be holding that position and then also becomes a vice chair or a chair of a committee. But you see, I have been stripped of all those positions, yet he has remained. So if I wanted to cry, I would cry that, that why am I being removed from the position of chairing transport, or the position of vice chairing of CPIC? But I'm not complaining, because I do understand that I've been removed from CPIC because other members ought to actually be able to have the best experience that I've had there. And I've been removed as a chair of Roads and Transport because other members need to also, experience the same kind of, work and experience that I've had in this opportunity. And somewhere like CPIC, I would have wished that as many members experience CPIC as much as possible, which is why I've actually happily left that committee, because that committee is where I've had a lot of experience in terms of dealing with hospitals in all the counties. I've also had the experience of dealing with a number of municipalities. I know we will be voting at some point on the issue of thicker municipalities and the request to make it a city. The bird's eye view position on these matters are canvassed in CPIC, Madam Speaker. I also know that we have got some serious issues on water resources in our counties. especially how the WSPs function in our counties. I think that I've had a mine of information together with my chair, who I've really respected working with and appreciated working with, Senator Osotsi, who was the chair of CPIC, and I was his vice chair. Both of us, the country should know that we have both been removed, not just from the committees, but also from the positions, Madam Speaker. So it's very important that, Madam Speaker, this shift.
Senator Eddy, do you want to be informed by Senator Osotsi?
Madam Speaker, I've had a lot of information by Senator Osotsi when you are serving
Just
those
say
two
no,
committees.
yes.
So I think he will inform me better when he's contributing. So for now, Madam Speaker, I would just want to go ahead and second the motion. So, Madam Speaker, I think that I would want positive energy to be in the House, that these changes are not in any way to punish or to demean or are malicious to any member. I think they are healthy changes that are there to make sure that all members get experiences across board and contribute effectively. In any case, also, Madam Speaker, we are experiencing a time that we are heading towards an elective cycle, and it is important that we balance these committees so that some members who might be going to experience a time that they want to go and campaign and might not be available to give quorum. Some members can also be more available. So we balance these things, looking at a number of things from the minority side. And I want to wish members who have been given the different committees the courage to actually be available to give quorum to these committees and canvass across a number of issues and make sure that the agenda that is remaining in those committees are done before people perhaps go to campaigns next year. Therefore, I want to second and support, and hopefully this will be able to contribute to the best conduct and the best churning out of the business of the House through these committees. I second, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Senators, I propose the question that notwithstanding the resolutions of the Senate made on 12th February 2025, 2nd December 2025, and 17th June 2026 on the approval of senators to serve in various select committees of the Senate, A, pursuant to Standing Order 197, 199, 228, and the fourth schedule to the standing orders, the Senate approves the following senators nominated by the Senate Business Committee to serve in standing committees of the Senate as follows. 1. Standing Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, Senator Edwin Sifuna, CBS, MP, to replace Senator Beatrice Ogola, MP. 2. Standing Committee on Energy, Senator Beatrice Ogola, MP, to replace Senator Moses Kajwang, CBS, MP. 3. Standing Committee on Health, Senator Shakila Abdallah Mohammed, MP, to replace Senator Joseph Kithuku, MP. 4. Standing Committee on Information, Communication and Technology, Senator Moses Kajwang, CBS, MP, and Senator Beatrice Ogola, MP, to replace Senator Shakila Abdallah Mohammed, MP, and Senator Hezena Lemalatian, MP. 5. Standing Committee on National Cohesion, Equality, Equal Opportunity, and Regional Integration, Senator Godfrey Osotsi, CBS, MP, to replace Senator Beth Siengo, MP. 6. Standing Committee on Roads, Transport and Housing, Senator Hamida Kibwana, MP, to replace Senator Crystal Asige, MP. 7. Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism, Senator Enoch Wambua, CBS, MP, to replace Senator Hamida Ali Kibwana, MP. B. Pursuant to Standing Orders 193, 194, 197, and 199, the Senate approves the following senators nominated by the Senate Business Committee to serve in select committees of the Senate as follows. 1. County Public Accounts Committee, Senator Joseph Kithuku, MP, and Senator Justice Retired Stuart Mazayo, EGH, MP, to replace Senator Johannes Mwaruma, MP, and Senator Edwin Sifuna, CBS MP. 2. County Public Investment and Special Funds Committee. Senator Jones Mwaruma, MP, and Senator Hezena Lemeletian, MP, to replace Senator Eddie Okech, MP, and Senator Godfrey Osoti, CBS MP. I will now call upon, I'm proposing to call upon maybe 3 on either side to. I have made the decision that I will give opportunity for contributions to a few people on either side. Senator Crystal Asige, I'll begin with you.
Mine was a clarification, Chair.
So you don't need to. So
It's a clarification. Point of clarification.
that's all right. Oh, so now who is going to clarify?
No, it's okay. It's passed.
It's passed. Okay, that's fine. Who is there? Oh, okay. I see Senator Osoti.
Thank you, thank you, Madam Speaker.
Just before, I think not more than 3 minutes for each contributor, please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I've listened to the contribution while moving the motion by the majority leader and seconded by the minority whip. And I want to say that effectively, those changes remove me as the chair of CPIC. I want to thank the House for having given me the opportunity to serve as the chair of CPIC for 4 years. Indeed, this was a new committee in this session of Senate, and we have made a tremendous achievement in terms of dealing with the public entities in the county and public finances. But besides that, Madam Speaker, I know that changes to the committee is a normal thing, but sometimes there is some machinations which are done. I know what was done to get me out is political persecution. I know what happened, and I would have wished Honorable Ledama and Honorable Matsayo were here today, because I know what they did behind the scene to even instigate a motion of no confidence in me and basically create a wedge between me and my members. People we have worked together very well for 4 years. But I would say this is normal. Many other people in the past Senate have gone through this. I remember Senator Wetangula went through this. I remember Irungu Kangata went through this. I remember Susan Kihika went through this, and many others. It will be well. I am being persecuted for supporting Linda Mwananchi and supporting Edwin Sifuna. It will be well, and will bounce back in a big way. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Senator Morango.
Asante sana Mr. Speaker. Kwanza Mr. Speaker, nitaongea kwa falsafa. Kwa hivyo sitakuwa nikiongea kuhusu mtu yote Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, ukweli useme kwamba senate yote ambaye ako katika njumba la senate ako na uwezo wa kuketi na kujadili maneno katika kamati yoyote. Lakini kama vile miti katika msitu, watu wote watoshani Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, katika kamati ya Wasimbu, ukijaribu kunielezea kwamba umemtoa Senator Sifuna kwa sababu hana uwezo, mimi naona ni kama katika vita unauza bunduki, unanunua fimbo na unaendelea kusema ya kwamba hii vita inahitaji fimbo. Ndio uzuri katika kupigana, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, wenye matege huwa anasema bora mwendo, usiangalie matege. Na tunajua fika ya kwamba uwezo wa wenye wametolewa kwenye kamati hawana, kwa sababu ni jambo limefanyika. Sana kwa muda tumekuwa tukinyamaza katika bunge la Seneti, tunasema ya kwamba heli tuwe niwe mfalme wa kimya changu kuliko niwe mtumwa wa maneno yangu. Na kwa sababu imefika leo, nataka niwe mtumwa wa maneno yangu, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, wale ambao wanatolewa kwenye kamati kwa sababu ya kisiasa huwa hawana uwezo. Na unajua mtu amekosa mate ya kumeza, hata ya kutema hawezi pata. Kwa hivyo watakuja wakae waone mambo ikiendelea. Lakini tukitaka kamati zetu ziendelee kwa njia inayofaa, tuangalie uwezo wa kila mtu kabla hatujamtoa, ili tuweze kuendeleza kamati zenu ipasavyo. Kwa sababu tukitumia kila siku kwa sababu ya kisiasa, hivyo ndo tunaendelea kuwa kamati zetu, Mr. Speaker. Na nataka niseme hivi, unajua Mr. Speaker, nataka ulinzi. Unajua kiongozi walio wengi hapa naona ananifokea. Nataka niseme ya kwamba tunajua hakuna kitu tunabadilisha hapa. Na sisi kama sisi ambao tulianzia, tushaamua tena hatutahangaika sana na rangi ya chai. Utamu wa chai ni sukari, tutaitafuta mahali pengine. Mr. Speaker, na wewe.
What's your point of order? Proceed, Senator Morango. I hope you. Senator Morango, please proceed.
Lakini Mr. Speaker, unajua kuna watu Mr. Speaker, ningetaka niseme ya kwamba kuna wale ambao wametolewa.
Please give him 30 more seconds. Yes, I can see. Proceed. Clerks, please give him 30 more seconds to.
Falsafa.
Asante sana Mr. Speaker. Hiyo ni kawaida bwana. Unajua wakati mwingine kuna wengine ukiongea sana akili upwelepweta, na ndio unaona Mr. Speaker, kuna wengine wanapiga makelele nikiongea. Nilikuwa nikimaliza nikisema kwamba wale waliotolewa kwa kamati kwa sababu ya kisiasa, ni vizuri mjue fika ya kwamba hata seremala huwa anagonga msumari uliowima. Yenye imepinda ndio huwa inaachwa. Kwa hivyo kama seremala anatengeneza samani, msumari uliowima ndio ugongwa na nyundo. Ile iliyo kombo inabakishwa pale pale. Na kwa hivyo katika kamati zetu kuna misumari mingi ambayo iliyo kombo imebakishwa. Lakini iliyo wima kama Sifuna, kama Otosi ndio inagongwa, Mr. Speaker. Na iko wazi, Mr. Speaker. Lakini Mr. Speaker, ninamalizia kwa kusema ya kwamba tukitaka kwenda sambamba, tuache kutoa watu kwa kamati kwa sababu ya kisiasa, tuangalie kila mtu uwezo wake, Mr. Speaker. Asante Mr. Speaker.
Senator Khalwale.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we should ask ourselves whether we are simpletons or we are indeed distinguished senators. Mr. Speaker, to allow the leadership of this House to weaponize constitutional positions in Parliament, we are failing. It's okay if a political party or a coalition removes a whip or a deputy whip or whatever position of leadership, because that's a decision of a party. But on sitting on committees and doing parliamentary work, that we should not accept. Senator Osothi, Senator Sifuna, let me tell you, they are making it easy for you to scale up in your politics. Even Martin Shikuku, for his work in this parliament, Martin Shikuku was detained without trial, and when he came back, he was bigger. Even Masinde Muliro, when he was minister and resigned because he refused to vote for a motion which wanted to find that J.M. Kariuki was not murdered, Masinde Muliro came back bigger. Mheshimiwa Soti, even in your own backyard, in Vihiga, Peter Kibisu, seated in this chamber, he voted against government as an assistant minister, and he became a greater politician. I therefore want to ask the leadership of this country, don't tamper with Parliament. If you think Parliament is not important, Mr. President, remember where you found yourself when this Parliament came under attack from the youth. It is very dangerous. Mr. President, remember 2007, how we stabilized the country out of post-election violence, because when we then took oath,
Senator Halwale, there is a point of order from Senator Nyamu. What's your point of order? Give her the mic.
Madam Speaker.
No, let her explain herself, please. Order, please.
Crystal Asige, can you...
Senator Nyamu, can you just proceed?
Can you please protect me from Senator Crystal Asige, Madam Speaker?
Senator Asige and Senator Nyamu, point of order. The point of order by Nyamu has not even begun. Can you begin?
Madam Speaker, is Senator for Kakamega, Senator Boni Halwale, in order to stand before this House and address the President, who is not part of this House, who has nothing to do with the changes in committees, and who may not even be aware of what we are debating here today? Is he in order?
Senator Halwale, unless you have evidence that you can table that the President has something to do with the changes, please do not make reference to the President. Senator Halwale, proceed.
Mr. Speaker, however
Madam
much,
Madam Speaker,
however much Senator Karen Nyamu attempts to draw attention of the people of Nairobi to herself by attempting to respond to me, the people of Nairobi know that even if she's given 100 years, she would not be able to rise to the occasion to match the contribution that we have made on the political landscape of this country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I was saying, this is a moment to reflect. It's a moment to reflect, Mr. Speaker.
Senator...
Can I be protected?
Senator Nyamu, what's your point of order?
Madam Speaker has ruled. Madam Speaker has given me the mic. Madam Speaker, Boni Halwale is using this House to insult and intimidate women. And I want to know, and it is such a shame, he did that to Senator Tabitha another time. Today it is me. Address yourself to the issue that I have raised. Leave me alone with my people of Nairobi. They are not a subject.
Okay, Senator Nyamu, I wish you would have raised that as a proper standing order, asking him to withdraw what he said. Senator Halwale. Senator Nyamu, please sit down. Senator Halwale, kindly desist from that line of argument that casts aspersion on the capability of any senator in here as you proceed. Thanks.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, much respect to your guidance and much persuasion on the part of Karen Nyamu that I can't harm her in no way. But she cannot interrupt my flow of thought and expect to get away with it. just like that. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, I was saying that in 2007, when fighting was on, Speaker Marende allowed us to take oath as members of parliament. And at around 11:45, after we had started taking oath, fighting went down because parliament is important.
30 seconds to finalize your point. 30 seconds, please.
Madam Speaker, let parliament function. Let committees work. Let the best amongst us chair committees. If the problem of Edwin is about leadership and that he's supporting the opposition, if that is a crime, why is Wambua still in position and is also supporting the opposition? It doesn't make sense. You think you can intimidate some people? Mr. Speaker.
Order, senators. Can we listen to one person at a time? You know.
Mr. Speaker, I want to say it. Mr. Speaker, I want to say it that this mongrel called the broad-based government is
Senator
outside.
Methu and Senator Keroche. Senator Keroche, would you kindly take your seat, please? Senator. Senator Mogeni.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sorry, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. Yeah, in principle, Madam Speaker, no senator should rise on his feet to oppose the shifting of members from one committee to the other. But, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, I want to make an observation that our Constitution, in Article 124, decreed that Parliament will pass standing orders for the orderly discharge of the business of the House. Madam Speaker, pursuant to that power donated to Parliament by Constitution, we have enacted Standing Order 197. And Madam Speaker, let's be candid. Let's be candid. For the future generation, we are not opposing anybody who has been shifted from one committee to the other. But for the future, Madam Speaker, that standing order states that our business committee will do those changes after consulting the political parties. And consultation of political parties means that you consult the entire membership of that side. So, Madam Speaker, as we approve this motion, let us learn the motion. Let us learn, Madam Speaker, from the text that is in the Constitution. What we have been told, yes, Madam
Honorable
Speaker,
Senators.
Madam Speaker.
Honorable ML, you know you are a leader in this
My
House.
time is running, Madam Speaker.
You will give Senator Mogeni 1 more minute,
Yes,
please.
you know, Madam Speaker, these citations that have been made to us by Senator Galwale informed the drafting of our Constitution, 2010 Constitution. If you read, no, Senator Cheruyot, I'm on the floor. I refer you to Article 91 of the Constitution that guides how political parties should behave. If you read Article 91, you have the Constitution there, open it and read it. Madam Speaker, the Constitution says that political parties, Article 91(1)(f), political parties must respect human rights and fundamental freedoms. It's there in the Constitution. Madam Speaker, there should not be any punitive actions from a political party because anybody is trying to exercise his fundamental freedom. You know, Senator Cheruyot, when you were here in the last parliament, you are subjected to the same mistreatment. And we should draw a line. We must set standards
Senator
for
Commissioner
ourselves.
Korir.
We should set standards. I can go to the answer and see and
Senator
bring out
Commissioner
what
Korir, order.
So, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, we should not. Madam Speaker, we should. Relax. Nominated Senator.
Senator
Relax.
Commissioner Korir, it will be very sad for me to throw you out. Please, please don't. No, finalize, Senator Mogeni.
Yes. So you know, Madam Speaker, we say these things so that in the next Parliament people can remember that we pointed out. Now, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Senators,
Madam Speaker, I'm not
Honorable Cherargei, order.
I'm not able to be heard, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Cherargei, order. Honorable Korir, Honorable Cherargei, please listen to the chair.
You know,
I think you're out of order.
Senator
Let's just hold on. Let's respect the chair. Let's listen. I'm willing to sit and give all of you a chance to speak, if that is what you want. So if you want to speak simultaneously, I will sit until all of you speak. Senator Mundigi, I will throw you out. Don't repeat that. Please don't dare me. Order, senators. Senator Mogeni, you can finalize in your last minute.
Yes, Senator, Madam Speaker, you know, I've never engaged Senator Mundigi. So I will not respond to him because I think you were advised by Majority Leader to respond to a lady who released something on WhatsApp. I'm not that lady, Senator Mundigi. So the point I'm making, no, you know, he's confusing me with that lady. I'm not that lady. So respond to the lady, Senator Mundigi. So, Madam
Senator Mogeni, either you are presenting or you are exchanging without.
So, Madam Speaker, the point I'm making, Madam Speaker.
Senator Mundigi, I'm calling you out of order because you are just shouting. I will not respect that. Don't expect me to respect you when you are not respecting the House. Please, order. Order, Senator Mundigi. Senator Mundigi.
You know,
please give me.
Madam Speaker, I don't. You don't need to throw him out. He's my good friend. Allow him to sit. I've not complained on his conduct.
Senator Mundigi, if I hear one more thing from you, I'll actually throw you out. Can you finalize, Senator Mogeni, please? Senator Nyutu.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I also want to say something about this particular motion that has been moved by the Majority Leader on behalf of the Minority Leader. Madam Speaker, members of the public do watch the proceedings of this House. They follow what we do, Madam Speaker. The essence of placing any senator into any committee is to do parliamentary business and not to reward them or punish them because of their political stand. So, Madam Speaker, what has been happening in this House is that none of the objects of placing members to committees has been followed, Madam Speaker. And I say this not to complain about anything, but Madam Speaker, at the beginning of last year, there was a reorganization, in quotes, of the committees in this House, and especially from this side of the majority, Madam Speaker. And Kenyans watched. And Madam Speaker, no one can convince Kenyans that the only people that you needed, Majority Leader here, needed to reorganize were people from a particular region in this country. And as I say that, Madam Speaker, with facts.
Senator Majority Leader, what's your point of order?
Please freeze my time, Madam Speaker.
I want to advise Senator Nyutu to first be calm about this. because this is about committees. Unfortunately, this is committees on the minority side.
Senator Majority, go
Yes.
to the point of order, please. Yeah.
Madam Speaker, surely I am being harassed by a heckler in the House. You are not protecting me. You are pushing me. Yes, because somebody is heckling at me while I'm trying to make my point.
Senator Majority, you stood on a point of order.
Yes.
Can you prosecute that first, and I will defend you.
But that's what I'm doing, Madam Speaker.
Yes.
That understanding order number 105.
Yeah.
Is it in order for Senator Newton to purport that I'm the one making these changes? These are changes in the minority side. They have nothing to do with the majority side that I lead. I only did the motion because the minority leader is not in the House.
Senator Newton, to the extent that you are attributing these changes to majority leader, you need to withdraw that.
Madam Speaker, I have a lot of respect for the majority leader, and he's a very smart brain. I did not at any time, at any moment in my presentation, say that he is the one that has brought this. I said, and I'm unanswered, that he presented this particular motion on behalf of the minority leader. I said that. But I was referring to what has been there in this particular House, Madam Speaker, and I was very clear. And I was saying that when there was that purge last year, baptized reorganization of committees, Madam Speaker, and because it happened, it is there in the Hansard. Madam Speaker, I was removed as chair of Education Committee. Senator Karungo was removed as chair of Roads. Senator Medu was removed as chair of Lands. Senator Murango was removed as chair of Agriculture, Madam Speaker. All of us come from one region in this country. Madam Speaker, Senator Mandago remained in his Committee of Health. Senator Chesang remained in his Committee of ICT. Senator Murgo remained in his Committee of Labor. The late Senator, let me not mention that our departed colleague. Madam Speaker, do watch. And Madam Speaker, you cannot, the majority leader cannot convince this House that the only people that needed to be reorganized in committees were people from a particular region, Madam Speaker. So we are saying it is a high time we stopped playing politics with the posting of members to committees, Madam Speaker. When you look at what is happening, there is no other reason why Senator Osotsi was removed from that committee. I'm talking about the whole House, from CP committee, Madam Speaker, apart from politics. So we are saying, Kenyans, watch what happened here. And it is actually a shame that we reward people and punish.
Senator Wambua.
Finally, Madam Speaker, the Deputy Minority Leader gets an opportunity to speak.
Senator Newton, can you listen in silence? Yeah.
Madam Speaker, I said, and this was meant for all of us, but specifically for Senator Cheriot, that finally the Deputy Minority Leader gets an opportunity to speak on changes on the minority side. Madam Speaker, I will say only two things, and I will sit down. Only two things. One, I want to address this motion and the way it was moved and the way it is being processed. Madam Speaker, I want the majority leader, when he retreats, to ask himself whether what he has done is something that he will be comfortable with after the fact. That is moving committee changes belonging to the minority side when there is a leadership of the minority in the House. That he can reflect on later and deal with it later. Madam Speaker, on the issue of the changes. Madam Speaker, let us commit ourselves as senators, because we still have some time to do work in the Senate before the next election, that the movement of members from one committee to the other must be done always on a need-to-do basis.
Mr. Speaker, we can say what we want to say here, we can argue, we can fight, we can insult each other if we have to. But Madam Speaker, the fact remains that people out there are watching what is happening in the Senate. To assume, Madam Speaker, that we are making changes because we are moving competencies, Madam Speaker, it's okay. We can convince ourselves that that is what we are doing. The public out there, whom we serve, we are not here on our own. We serve the public. The public out there, maybe they have a different story. Madam Speaker, I wish all the members that have been nominated to serve in the different and various committees all the best. And let's apply ourselves into those committees and do our job. But we know that we have a date with destiny very soon. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Senators, I had said I'll give three to each side. I now would like to call the mover to reply, please.
Madam Speaker, there are too many philosophers in the House this afternoon. They are quoting time, seasons. These are the times and the seasons of politics, Senator Boli Halwale. And I learned them from you. You are one of the people who taught me this work in this House. So you should be proud of the work I am doing. It is not a difficult, it's not an easy job. Senator Wambua, my good friend, you saw very well how much I tried to request that you be allowed to move the motion, because it's a motion of the minority side. But then I was directed by the Speaker. I'm just a humble servant of this House, Senator Wambua. Surely what more was I supposed to do? Madam Speaker, I really want to say, no colleague, Mr. Speaker, no colleague lacks the competence to serve in any committee. I have held that belief. And by the way, this is now the serious me. Forget about what I was saying earlier. I have served in so many committees during my time in this House, and I don't consider any committee to be inferior to another. That's my personal position. At my most serious, Madam Speaker, I have never come to understand this fascination that sometimes members have with certain specific committees, unless for reasons that are beyond my understanding and that of the ordinary people. I believe as a senator, you should be able to serve any committee. In any case, Madam Speaker, I pointed out earlier that if you want, for example, to progress anything, a topic of your passion, a particular thematic area that you feel so strongly about, Madam Speaker, you will still have to convince the entire House, including the committee. So it's not just a matter of that you must be in a particular committee to prosecute certain agendas, Madam Speaker. So I want to request colleagues that let us embrace these changes. They happen every now and then. If for one reason and the other, you must also understand where leadership comes from, is coming from on this matter. You have members that you must balance. Everybody feels that they must serve in a particular committee. So when you're given a chance to serve here and there, these things happen. Indeed, Senator Mogeni was being reminded this afternoon. He was trying to be philosophical. But then members reminded him that when Senator Onyonka was removed from PAC, it is him who benefited. Why is he so quick to forget, my dear friends? So colleagues, I really want to request that you have said all you need to say about this matter, but I strongly believe that my colleague on whose behalf I'm doing this assignment, the retired judge, the son of Kilifi, Justice Stewart Mathai, is well-meaning to you people, and has done his bit, has proposed the changes to the committee. Therefore, I want to request that we conclude this business and transact the subsequent business. Senator Wambua, my apologies if in any way, I thought I'm helping you, but I can see you don't seem to be appreciating my assistance. But with those very many remarks, Madam Speaker, because this is not something to debate and hog on and off about, I beg to reply. I thank you.
Honorable Speakers, pursuant to Standing Order 84.1, I wish to make the determination that this matter does not affect counties and put the question. Honorable Senators, I put the question that notwithstanding the resolutions of the Senate made on 12th February 2025, 2nd December 2025, 17th June 2026 on the approval of senators to serve in various select committees of the Senate, A, pursuant to Standing Orders 197, 199, 228, and the fourth schedule to the Standing Orders, the Senate approves the following senators nominated by the Senate Business Committee to serve in standing committees of the Senate as follows. 1. Standing Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, Senator Edwin Sifuna, CBS, MP, to replace Senator Beatrice Ogola, MP. 2. Standing Committee on Energy, Senator Beatrice Ogola, MP, to replace Senator Moses Kajwang, CBS, MP. 3. Standing Committee on Health, Senator Shakila Abdallah Mohammed, MP, to replace Senator Joseph Kithuku, MP. 4. Standing Committee on Information, Communication and Technology, Senator Moses Kajwang, CBS, MP, and Senator Beatrice Ogola.
There are no procedures followed, but this particular bill provides guidelines on how actually those procedures should be followed, and where they feel that the name is not appropriate, there are procedures that needs to be followed to make sure that culture, heritage, and all those standards are actually kept, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, if you look at the bill, the first part is on interpretation. Then if you look at the second part, that is section 3, is the object and the purpose of the bill, or rather of the act once it is signed. Madam Speaker, then we have section 4 that talks about the scope of the act, which will actually apply to any person dealing with matters relating to addressing or custodian of the address data in Kenya. So there is data that is going to be kept as far as that information is concerned, to avoid replication and also duplication of numbers in residential areas, Madam Speaker. There are also guiding principles that are provided for under Section 5. The discharge of the function and act shall be guided by the principle and values set out in Article 10, 31, 43, 60, and 232 of the Constitution, and the guiding principles of the Act shall be inclusivity and participatory governance of the addressing regulatory framework that we need to put in place, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, Part 2 of the bill establishes institutional framework on national addressing system. Madam Speaker, we don't have any policy or legislation currently governing as far as addressing and also street naming is concerned. Article 6 of the same act establishes the National Addressing Council. Madam Speaker, Section 7 provides for the functions of the council that is supposed to be established to carry out this particular responsibility. Then Section 8 of the act of the bill, Madam Speaker, provides for the conduct of the business and affairs of the council, reports by the councils once they sit and make deliberation. Madam Speaker, Section 11 actually provides where the headquarters of the street naming and addressing is concerned, which is supposed to be in Nairobi. Then Section 12 provides for the qualification for the appointment for a person to be a registrar as far as street naming and addressing is concerned. Madam Speaker, Section 14 also provides on how the registrar should be actually removed from the office. Then the office of the registrar, Section 15, the functions of the registrar. Madam Speaker, Section 18 of the Act also provides how the address is supposed to be allocated by the same committee. Madam Speaker, Part 4 or 5 of the bill establishes the County Addressing System Committee because this has to be cascaded down to the county level. Madam Speaker, there is establishment of every county, a County Addressing System Committee, where the committee shall consist of the County Executive Committee member responsible for the communication, urban development, roads and planning, who shall be the chairperson of the committee, then followed by the County Public Service Officer with knowledge in information and communication, and the rest is followed actually, Madam Speaker, in the bill. Then Section 41 of the bill provides for the term of office of a member of the committee. Section 22 of the bill provides for the functions of the committee on how they should operate and the powers they have. 23 provides for the committee, the meeting of the committee, how it should be run. Madam Speaker, then procedures for naming county streets and public places, Section 25, that is part 6 of the bill. Madam Speaker, guidelines for naming the county streets and public places is also provided for under Section 27 of the bill. Madam Speaker, Section 29 of the bill provides for the procedure for renaming a county street or public places. Whenever there is actually a petition against a particular decision that has been made by the committee, there are procedures that needs to be followed as far as renaming of the streets is concerned in our country. Then 30 provides any developer who intends to create a private development shall submit a proposal. So whenever you want to actually submit a private development, you must actually provide a proposal to the committee that needs to look into it and provide proper guidelines on how that procedure should be followed. Part 7 is numbering of streets and properties. All properties to be numbered. So once this bill is ascended to and been put in operation, Madam Speaker, all the properties in the counties should be actually numbered, and that has to be kept by the registrar. Then Section 32 of the Land Registration Unit establishes under Section 6 and Land Registration Act shall advise on registration units to be advised on number 3 of 2012, Madam Speaker. Then Part 8 provides for miscellaneous provision of the Act, which provides for the county addressing plan. Then the titling also has to be aligned actually to the properties that are supposed to be given the numbers as per Section 34 is concerned. Intergovernmental consultation meetings must be held for the purpose of this particular bill, Madam Speaker. Then Section 37, the Cabinet Secretary in consultation with the Council of Governors and the authority shall establish regulation for the purpose of operationalization of this particular bill. Madam Speaker, if you look at the schedule procedures relating to the meeting of the council and the committees is also provided for within the Act as per Section 8 and Section 23 of the bill. I think, Madam Speaker, this is basically a very important bill because it helps in so many ways as far as planning is concerned, as far as service delivery is concerned, revenue collection is concerned, security is concerned, because sometimes you will find that whenever somebody has committed a crime, they disappear and nobody knows their whereabouts. But if we have this bill and residential areas are numbered as far as this bill is concerned, it will help in so many ways in our country to bring sanity to our service delivery and also other procedures are concerned. With those many points, Madam Speaker, I wish to stop here and request Senator Cherargei to second the bill. I thank you.
Senator Cherargei.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think the distinguished senator of Isiolo and ranking member of the Senate, I think she's among the few who have served longest in this Senate. And she's among the only, if I'm right in this session, among the only 3 women who got elected as the senators. And I think that Senator Dulu has proven, and also, as I second, Madam Speaker, Senator Dulu has proven that if you are nominated and you work hard, you can be elected. So it's a challenge to colleagues who want to get elected. You should get some lessons from Senator Dulu, who is the incoming governor of Isiolo County. Madam Speaker, I think she's even overqualified to be in Senate. Either she becomes a governor or a cabinet secretary. Madam Speaker, the street naming and property addressing system bill is just basically, Madam Speaker, you know this is the only country where you still use language and sign to trace my home, to trace your home, to trace an hospital, to trace a school, to trace a fire engine, to trace a government service, asking around like a gossip. Do you know where so-and-so lives? Do you know where the hospital lives? We have not properly done what we call a national addressing system. What it means, Madam Speaker, and you know you are well-traveled, a number of colleagues have been lucky to travel, and you can appreciate when you are in Europe and America, when you say address this road, number this, you can get that individual person or a facility or an infrastructure. And I know Senator Chesang is also well-traveled, although he mostly goes to Dubai, but he knows also in some of those areas. You know, I think, Madam Speaker, you need in future to also organize Senator Cheburet to also travel. I know the farthest he has gone is Mogotio during court auctioning. So we need to travel so that you can see the address, Madam Speaker, so that when you come to your house, either, you know, you are a lady of many, you are a Western and Western region and Luo Nyanza area, we can come to your house and know that. That is basically what the law is all about. The issue is to increase efficiency, for one, for services, essential services, such as Madam Speaker, my able senior sister has developed. You want to get an ambulance, you want to get a school, you want to get an hospital, Madam Speaker, you want to access essential services, Madam Speaker, it should be accessible. I think that is what this bill is trying to address, so that we can ensure that a national addressing system. I know in some areas in this city, you still have those addresses, especially in upmarket areas like Runda, like Karen, Madam Speaker, like Itusuru, like Igiri. But Madam Speaker, when you go to Muguru kwa Njenga or Muguru kwa Rupen, you must look for the local Mukasa. You must look for the local elder to take you to, if you live in Muguru kwa Njenga or Kibra, Madam Speaker. And I want to thank the President, because this is the first time a sitting President has hosted village elders in State House. And we must celebrate. I think President William Ruto, Madam Speaker, is showing that everybody matters. Even the local Kokwet elder, which most of us assume. They are the ones who ensure there is unity. They are the ones who are, they are like Google of the village, of that village. Because if you want to know, Madam Speaker, somebody's house, if you ask a Mukasa, a Kokwet elder, Madam Speaker, they can tell you, and that is what the President was telling the Kokwet elders. It's part of national addressing system, Madam Speaker. If you want to know what is happening, you just ask your village elder. He or she, and I'm happy it's no longer men only, it's also she, Madam Speaker. You can ask, they will be able to tell you who is giving birth next week, whose cows has been stolen, whose cows has given birth, who has slept with who in the village, who has marital problems, whose husband has run away or has never appeared since he came to Nairobi, back to the village. They are what we call data. They are the village Google map. And I want to thank the President, Madam Speaker, because those are people we will need to work with as we do national addressing system, Madam Speaker. And I want to thank that even they have been given a stipend, Madam Speaker. The village elders, we only used to pay from assistant chief, and even village administrators were paid by county. But the honor that the President gave those village elders, they will never forget. I think some of them, this is the first time they are stepping into Nairobi. But not only Nairobi, they are stepping to the most famous address in the city. And that is the State House address, Madam Speaker, which a number of Kenyans have never had a privilege to visit in the previous regimes, Madam Speaker. And I know going into the future, Madam Speaker, so this issue of national addressing system, we must ensure that we focus on it, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, you have had the Vision 2060 by His Excellency the President. You have had even your party leader, Dr. Oburu Odinga, and the late, may his soul rest in peace, Baba Raila Amolo Odinga, the enigma of Kenyan politics, had the vision of 2060. One of the ways, Madam Speaker, is to have national addressing system which creates efficiency in terms of essential services and where we live. Not only basic, but even taxes and many other issues. And even many people, Madam Speaker, have been asking, where does President Ruto Vision 2060 got from? He got it from Baba Raila Amolo Odinga, who had the vision, Madam Speaker, of a better Kenya. And we are saying we are going to Singapore via Canaan. The only way to reach Singapore via Canaan is not to ask where your address is, or to ask people in the village, I want to go to a certain hospital, I want to go to a certain ambulance center, I want to go to a certain school. You just use what we call a data that is provided. That is the first world we are talking about. That is the Vision 2060 that the President is talking about. And I want to thank Baba Raila Odinga and President William Ruto for this vision that we now need to have a conversation as a country on the future of this country. But Madam Speaker, when you have spineless and rudderless and agendaless, planless opposition in this country who only think about the election instead of thinking about the future generation, the prosperity of this country, Madam Speaker, and therefore what Senator Dulo is trying to ensure is efficiency in terms of service delivery, Madam Speaker. There is also the postal address. I remember, I don't know whether the America, Madam Speaker, they are voting by mail. The issue of tax, revenue collection, it will assist. In fact, the land rates and land rate, all counties should ensure, Madam Speaker, that they support these, all counties, because it will allow the efficiency of revenue, will allow, Madam Speaker, and I want to say we need counties to function. And I'm happy Senator Dulo has ensured that the role of county government under Article 96